Bottom line, no matter what, face everything and rise.
Woo! Bottom line, go ahead and face everything and rise. What is going on, everybody? Thank you so much for joining today's conversion. Man, I am so excited to talk to you guys today. And before we dive into some scripting, into some role playing, as we always do here, you guys know this is also about reshaping and rewiring your mindset. So a quick little story. I woke up this morning and woke up a little bit late. It was intentional. We had heavy storms last night here in Destin, Florida. So my dog goes a little crazy. And I'm working out and I'm just thinking to myself, how many people are sitting there right now and finding excuses? How many people right now are sitting there and acting like this is preseason? Right? And I talked about this on my podcast this morning. But how many people are sitting there right now thinking that this is some kind of rehearsal, right? Like this isn't real. What I mean by that is, if you've ever seen a championship game being played in any sport, and then you lined it up next to a preseason game, can you tell the difference? Can you tell the difference? If you ever saw a live performance with millions of people watching, then you lined it up next to a rehearsal or a practice. Does it look different? Right? Yes, it looks different. But why? Why? Right? Why? It doesn't. To me, I don't think we need to treat every day like it's preseason like we are right now. You guys can't hear me? George just said he can't hear me. If you guys can hear me, let me know. George says he can't. All right, you can hear me. All right, perfect. George, turn it up, brother. So every day, you have to be honest with yourself. Are you waking up? Yes, you guys aren't supposed to see me. I don't have my camera on. Are you guys waking up every day like it's a championship game? Or are you allowing yourself, hear me, are you allowing yourself to wake up like it's preseason? Are you allowing yourself to wake up like this is rehearsal? You know, there's a guy named Ray Lewis. A lot of you guys might know him. He played in the NFL. And when that dude came out of the tunnel, whether it was a preseason game, whether it was a regular season game, or it was a playoffs and a championship game, he came out with such fierce energy, intention, focus, clarity, and a never back down mentality. And he didn't walk into a preseason game like it was different than a championship game. He walked in every single game like it was the same. He walked in every practice like it was the same. Be honest, because no one's watching you. Are you acting like it's preseason? Are you acting like it's rehearsal? Are you waking up with urgency, frequency, intent, focus, clarity, productivity, like it's a championship game? You're the only person that can go ahead and really evaluate your effort right now, because probably the standards have dropped for most of the agents out there. Don't let that be you. See, I know you had a lot of plans, right? Who here had a plan to buy a house of their own? Who here had a plan to sell X amount of homes? Who here had a plan to go ahead and create these experiences, the income that you're going to go ahead and create, or pay off debt with the money you're going to make? Anybody have a plan like that? Put it in the chat. Let me know if you had a plan before all this happened. A lot of us, we all had plans. I'm going to give you guys a little tip, a little tool here. Because success, it happens outside of a perfect plan. Success happens outside of a perfect plan. So be committed, not to the plan, guys. Be committed to the journey that it takes and the results that you want. Too many people get committed to the plan, and as soon as that plan gets thrown out the window, what happens? All of a sudden, they start losing focus, not having clarity, not knowing what to do. What if I told you this? What if I told you that you actually needed this? What if I told you that? Richard, Sally, Lisa, Pam, I see you guys all on here. What if I told you that you actually needed this? This is supposed to happen to you. Like, maybe it's supposed to happen to you because you've been focusing too much on one area of your life and not the others. Maybe this is needed for you because you need to really make sure that your energy is being placed where it needs to be. What if you really needed this? If you knew that you really needed this, if right now you come to the conclusion, no, I needed this. That's one thing. But knowing that you need it and then using it is different, right? Knowing that you needed this and using it is different. So now that you know that you needed this, what are you going to do? How are you going to use it differently? How are you going to connect? How are you going to create? And now is the perfect time, guys. Perfect time to start designing the life that you wanted by being better in scripting, being better in conversion, being a better father, being a better husband, being a better experience creator, right? Like, it's the time is now. In 45 days, 60 days, whatever this thing blows over, you're going to wish that there was more time. George said, is there background noise? I don't hear any, George. If anybody hears background noise, tell me, because I don't hear it. No noise. All right, cool. George, I don't know what's going on with your volume, brother. Maybe log out and log back in. So what if you needed this, right? Just think about that. So let's wrap this back around, because here's the thing, guys. No, there's no video right now. We do the videos on Thursdays. They're going to just give you a heads up. There will be video coming. We're going to start doing video in May on this call. So what I'm trying to do is get everybody on video. So I'm trying to work something out. Okay. So think about this. When you wake up in the morning, why aren't you waking up like it's a championship game? That's the real question. Like, why aren't you waking up like it's a championship game? And here's the reason. For the most part, you are trying to create motivation off of mood. Let me repeat that. You are trying to create motivation off of mood. Rich asked me, how do you subscribe to the podcast? Just go to Power of Progression. I put it in there on either Spotify or iTunes. Okay. So that's the issue here. You are trying to create motivation off of mood, and that cannot be sustained. This is how you create motivation. By meaning. You create motivation through meaning, not by mood. Because your feelings aren't facts. You're not going to want to do most of the times the things that you know you need to do. And that's what success is. So stop trying to find motivation to wake up like it's the championship game through a mood. Start finding motivation to wake up every day like it's the championship game, like they're saying action, right? Through your meaning. And it can change every day. Motivation comes from meaning, not mood. And sometimes motivation can be created just by movement. Sometimes it can be created just by movement. And lastly, before we dive into some scripting, persistence. Persistence is not, it's not important. Persistence is not, a thing that you should be doing. Persistence is everything. Persistence is everything. Persistence in your life, persistence with your clients, persistence with walking in faith and not fear. Like that song I played, right? Like, we will win. He talks about having an immense amount of faith and not fear. And so I want you guys to walk every single day in this intention that this is the biggest game of your life, and you will no longer act as if this is preseason or this is rehearsals. This is the biggest game of your life. This is the championship game. Wake up every morning, put meaning behind it to create motivation, and be persistent as hell for going after what you want. Refuse to lose. Don't go back. You get one shot at this life. And I know we all feel some type of way about what happens, with coronavirus, what's going on with the pandemic. The only question I ask you is, what if you needed this? Now, how are you going to use it if you needed it? So I just want to leave you guys with that. Hopefully, did you guys get value out of that? Let me know. I always like to start my conversion calls out with a little bit of rewiring our mindset, because I think in the end, our mindset will override our skill set. I think our mindset will override our skill set. But skill set's also important. That's why we're going to dive into some objection handling, into some role playing. So if you guys got some value out of that, let me know. Put it to the chat. That was great. Love the intro and the song, the energy. Yes, yes. By the way, that song I heard this morning. It's from Pitbull. It's what's it called? It's called "I Believe That We Will Win." It's a quick 2-minute song. It's actually it pumped me up this morning. I was doing some at-home workouts and I heard it. I'm like, this is awesome. So if you guys want to listen to it, it's Pitbull and it's "We Will Win." It's good stuff. All right, so I want to see here. Pitbull does have a great story, Mark. Pitbull's story is phenomenal. And then how it all aligns with Tony Robbins. If you guys haven't heard it, go check it out. It's really, really, really cool. Actually, the time when I stood on stage with Tony Robbins, Pitbull was performing that same time. So it was remarkable. All right. So, yes, I play to win. Yes, yes, yes. All right. So let's talk about some objection, guys, some things that you guys are dealing with. Where are you struggling, right? What is the number one area in your life, conversion or mindset, whatever it is, that's hurting your conversion, that's hurting your income? What is the number one struggle that you feel right now? And let's address it. Let's address it. Let's see. And as you guys are putting that down there, I want to go ahead and see somebody wrote some stuff. What's optimal time to call? In the AM, start making your calls right now. I usually start at 8 a.m., but when I finding out during this quarantine, I'm waking people up out of bed, and we all know that's not a good first impression. Great question, Corey. So if you find that being truth and not just 1, 2, 5, 10 people, right? And what I mean by that, Corey, anybody listening, Corey's question is great. He's calling early, and he's getting people saying, "Oh, you're waking me up," right? So the first thing is how many people? You know what I mean? How many people? Because if it's a bunch, like I'm talking like a good ratio of 100 pick up, 60, 50 are all saying they're waking me up, then yeah, we have to fix that. But by 9 o'clock, everybody should be up. So optimal time to call is when you have time to call. And right now it's a little bit different, Corey. Optimal times used to be that 7 to 9 and then that 4 to 6. But now it's maybe even pushed back a little bit. You know what I mean? From 7 to 9 to 9 to 11. And I don't have numbers on this, Corey. This is me just knowing the markets and understanding the science behind what people are doing right now. And then going ahead and hitting them at a, 2 to 5, right? Because towards the end of the day, they're probably going to start winding down. But right before that, they want to start talking to somebody else, not, their kid they've been talking to the entire day that doesn't put a sentence together. So I would say there's no real optimal time right now, but my suggestion is if you have a really good case, a really good study of, okay, yeah, there's like 70% of the people I'm getting a hold of and I'm waking them up, just push it back an hour. But I would have 2 call times throughout the day. 2 call times behind just to start the day. I'm just scrolling up here, picking up the phone to prospect my 800 CRM people. Evelyn said that she's having trouble doing that. Here's your problem, Evelyn. You're looking at it as 800 people. What you need to look at it is in smaller chunks, okay? A lot of times we overwhelm ourselves, thinking about the dishes, right? If you don't get to doing the dishes right away, it starts piling up. You're like, oh, I can't even think about doing those dishes right now. First, if there's like 10 in there, it's way easier. Maybe 5. But so I would stop looking at 800 because that's going to create this subconscious thinking that it's feeling overwhelming. And when you feel that, usually you get paralyzed and non-action. So, and that's what you're doing, right? You're not picking up the phone. So this is what I want you to do. It's not 800 people in your CRM. It's 150 you got to call through today, and 150 next week, and 150 next week. And so chop it down into blocks. Stop creating this feeling of being overwhelmed intentionally by saying 800 people. Also get excited. If you are saying 800, do I get 800 people I can call? Like there's so much opportunity here. So it shouldn't put you in fear. It should put you in motivation and excitement that there are so many people on your dashboard, because maybe there's somebody right now, Evelyn, that has 100. And they're like, oh, I'm kind of limited until I get more ad spend. So look at it differently. Perspective. That's your superpower. Activate it. I'm getting a ton of pushback on the cover. People are texting back and auto text right away that they are putting everything on hold. Yeah. So Mark, first thing is you want to get them on the phone, right? And the reason why is because this is the script, how it goes like this. Someone said, how do I start? Right. And someone says, oh, just browsing. Guys, our script is very, very intentional. And the opening line is where most of you guys keep getting your objections. So the opening line is this. It's very simple. So it goes, hey, this is John. I'm not saying their name. This is John with the home search site. Saw you taking a look at some homes over in Destin. I'm just curious, look at making a move in the next, I would say 6 to 12 months during this time. It's usually 3 to 6 months, by the way, guys. But 6 to 12 months, are you just browsing? Right? 6 to 12 months, are you just browsing? They're going to say, I'm just browsing. Perfect. That's exactly what the site is for. Like Sally just asked, people are just browsing, not willing to talk. Let them know that that's exactly what the site is for. No, absolutely. So what's prompting you to browse, Sally? Why are you browsing? So Mark, going back to your question, it's I need to get them on the phone. And if they're putting everything on hold, I reply with this. No, Mark, I totally get it. Look, I'm just curious. What was the goal before all this happened? I'm trying to get the goal before all this happened. Not when this blows over, what's the goal? Because that's the unseen, that's the unforeseeable future. We don't know when that is. So I'm just saying, what before all this, what was the goal? And I just want to create the understanding of what the why is throughout that conversation to get them on a virtual call to get one level deeper with rapport by getting virtual because we can't get face-to-face. Hopefully that helped. Let me know. And Sally, I kind of talked to you about that as well because you said people say just browsing. I give that to them, right? And Evelyn said, hey, what's the best opening line? First off, you said, I hate cold calls. This is not, these aren't cold calls. I've cold called before. I promise you. These are not cold calls. These are people that have registered on your site because they're looking for homes. Timeline, who knows? But they are not looking, or they are looking for homes. They're not somebody that you're calling out of the blue. So they're not cold calls. Perspective, right? Superpower. Let's activate it. The opening line I just told you, same thing. I just, instead of saying you're looking to make a move in the next 3 to 6 months, I say, are you looking to make a move in the next 6 to 12 months? Right? That's it. I will give them a little bit more time, but normally it's 3 to 6 months. How to start a conversation, Deborah asked, so hopefully that helps. If you guys need more of how to start the conversation, let me know. I have my keynote up here. This is what I'm going to do for you guys. Give me 1 second because I'm going to open up. Where's it at? I think it's here. Trying to see if I have on this computer the slides for the opening line so you guys could just see it face to face. Okay. Okay, got it. Boom. Okay, I'm going to share my screen with you guys. Okay, so here's the opening line, guys. Hey, this is John with the home search site. I saw you looking at, I saw you were looking over in Dallas at some homes, not houses, homes, right? It's a way different emotional word you're using. Obviously, if they're selling, we say house. If they're buying, we say home. Just curious, you looking to make a move in the next 3 to 6 months, or are you just browsing? But for this part right here, the 3 to 6 months, I'm actually changing this to 6 to 12 months because of the situation that we're going through. Okay. Normally it's 3 to 6. I'm just going to say 6 to 12 during this time. I'm just browsing. Perfect. That's exactly what the site is for. While I have you, what's prompting you to browse? Okay. Everybody see that? And I see a lot of people asking, how do I start the conversation? How do I start the conversation? I started the same exact way, knowing they're probably going to say something about COVID, something about pandemic, something of those lines. I'm saying, no, I totally get it. I totally get it. I'm just curious, what was the goal before all this? Hopefully that helped. Let me know if that helped, guys. I'm scrolling down now. I'm a little bit behind on messages, so let's see on the chat box. We decided as a team to call a bit earlier as people are getting up later. Or sorry, getting call later. People are getting up later as they are not commuting. Yeah. So Mark just said he's calling a little bit later because people don't have to commute. So yeah, I agree. That's why I'd push it to 9. I call 9 to 10 every day and getting 2 to 3 people answering out of 100. Okay. So if you're getting 2 to 3 people out of 100, what about your other call times, Justin? What about your other call times? Let's see. I'm new. So objection, script learning. I stay up reading, watching videos on how to become better. Victoria or Victor, I love that. But let me ask you this. How much consumption are you putting together for how much action? Right? So I want to see 30 to 40% consumption and the rest action. I had a lead come in before and I called they unsubscribed from the email text. Should I still call right after they unsubscribe? Yeah, absolutely. Just call and don't bring up Holly. Do not bring up that they unsubscribed. Now, if they bring it up, then be like, oh my God, you know what? I'm so sorry. Can you just tell me where we dropped the ball? I want to make sure this doesn't happen again. Oh, you know what, Holly? You guys were sending me $1 million properties and I'm nowhere near that. Oh, okay. Well, we could actually fix that for you. Tell me more about what was prompting you to look. And just go right into it. I would ignore that they unsubscribed. Let's see. Get them on the phone. I've never seen a lot more increase in people saying I'm not interested in hanging up on me. I get them on the phone. I've seen a lot more increase in people saying I'm not interested in hanging up on me. Mark, are you using this exact script? That's what I want to know. See, I'm trying to get curious before all this. That was the goal. A lot of people are saying I'm not interested in moving at all. Just wanted to see what the market was doing. Another one, I was just bored at home, browsing through your site. Yeah, you're going to get people that are just bored browsing. That's going to happen. The people that are newer coming on for sure. But you come right back to the same script, right? To the same script. I'm not interested in moving at all. Just wanted to see what the market was doing. Okay, awesome. So tell me about your current situation. Don't give up on them. Guys, these people are trying to feed you excuses to get off the phone because they're fearful of rejection and disappointment. Realize that. Let's see. I'm going through the list here. So are you going to email us the script? Not for this one. So if you go on our Thursday or on Wednesday calls, then it should have already been emailed to you. And if not, jump on this Wednesday's call and we're going to put the link in there for everybody to get the script. What was the question? What was the goal before this happened? Great question. Yeah, it works. Where can I find a script? Could we get the slideshow? This slideshow is from my conversion crash course that I did in Vegas, and I have another one for conversion day. So Dustin, if you've been to a conversion day, reach out. You should have the slides as well as the script. I believe you've been to a conversion day. But go ahead and reach out, and we can get that for you. Let's see. I call all day up until 8 p.m. and getting in touch with many people. I noticed that they are willing to talk more than normal. Absolutely, Colleen. They're definitely willing to talk more than normal. But here's the thing. You still want to make sure that you're setting virtual appointments. So, Colleen, are you setting virtual appointments? Let's see. He was mad at me after unsubscribed. I called him. Yeah, you're going to have that. We can't allow somebody else's attitude to dictate our future. But you will have people that are, hey, I unsubscribed, stop calling me. That's fine. Okay. What do we say? Next, right? All no means is next opportunity. That's it. Yeah, Dustin, just reach out to us, brother, and we can send it to you if you're having trouble finding it. I went to CINC Summit in Orlando, and I have to say, by far, your class was the highlight of the weekend. Thank you, Rich. I appreciate that. That means a lot, man. That really does. There's a lot of amazing people there too. So I'm glad that the message resonated and hopefully you got value and, really created a better version of you today than you were yesterday on a consistent basis. You can't hear me, but yes, I'm setting appointments and also listing houses. I love that, Colleen. Keep crushing it. She's calling all day. Colleen's calling all day. Colleen, how many dials do you think you do a day? What should we be saying or doing in video messaging? Okay, so here's the thing with video messaging. Are you doing it through us, right? If you're doing it through us, it's only a 20-second, I believe it is. I think it's 20 seconds. Yeah, I think it's 20 seconds. It's all you got. So you have to be very quick and to the point. And it's also who you sending it to. So the whole goal is, first off, who we sending it to, right? And how long could we do it for? So if it's 20 seconds, then we have to make sure that we're being very strategic with what we say. And so, Courtney, you can go something like this for a newer one, right? Hey, John, and this is, by the way, if it's a one-off. If you're trying to do a one that's going to amass, you want to say their name. But, hey, John, this is Courtney. Hey, I just wanted to go ahead and reach out and say thank you so much for going ahead and taking a look at the site. Quick question. So curious, what's having you take a look at our site and prompting to look, right? Something simple like that. Hey, John, this is Courtney, right? I saw that you're on our home search site. Just curious. Were you looking to make a move in the next 3 to 6 months, or are you just browsing? Let me know. Send me a message. I'd love to chat. So I'm going to use the same script. If you don't know them, same script. Hey, this is John with the home search site. I know that you're taking a look at some homes over in Dallas. I'm just curious, looking to make a move in the next 6 to 12 months, or are you just browsing right now? Do me a favor and let me know. That's very key, Courtney. When you say do me a favor and let me know, because you're asking them to take action. It's a call to action, right? If you're saying, oh, just browsing, and you leave it at that, it's kind of an awkward pause. But when you're doing a video text, so I want you to say, let me know. Let's see. I believe that Rich and I subscribe to your podcast too. Awesome. Thank you so much, Lori. Thank you, Rich. I appreciate it. Always trying to spread the value and share the love. So I really do appreciate the support, guys. That's amazing. Do you have a script for getting listings you recommend? You know, the simple thing with listings is they usually come off of the home value site, right? So I use a very similar script where it's, hey, this is John with the home value site. I saw that you were trying to get a value for your house, not your home, your house. Just curious, did you receive that? Yes, I did. No, I didn't, right? Yeah, I did. So what'd you think of it? Did you like it? Do you think it was off? Tell me a little bit more. No, man, I was absolutely wrong. There's no way that's what it's worth. You know what, Rich, you're absolutely right. It's probably not accurate. You know, that's the thing with getting a third-party computer to go ahead and give you a price for your house. Most of the times it comes back not understanding the updates you did to it, what's going on in the market currently, what your neighborhood looks like. So, hey, this is what we could do. I want to make sure that you got the right number in your head. We can go ahead and just make sure that, you know, everything that is needed in order to give you the proper evaluation is done. How does that sound? Perfect. Right? And that's it. Now, if you push back, if they don't go for that, okay, hey, look, just super curious. What made you start looking to see what your home is worth or your house is worth? Just slow it down. If he doesn't want to go right for the kill right there, it's just, okay, just curious. What made you start looking to see what your house is worth? And get some clarity, right? We're always digging for pain or pleasure. Can we add videos to drip campaigns in an email or text? I don't know if you could do it in a drip. You reach out to your success partner with that. People say, well, we will do something 6 months after the virus. What's the best way to convert them in doing a video chat if they're far away from buying and selling? So this is perfect. They're going to wait 6 months till after the virus. Okay, awesome. So look, what most people don't even realize is that we could actually go ahead and do everything virtual. But I would go that route. But here's the thing, right? You could go that route, or you can get in trouble by doing that if you start saying, I want you guys to ask a question. Hey, Mike, let me ask you a question. Were you aware that everything could be done virtual? Like, I'm not going to ask you to go buy a home tomorrow, but I just want to make sure that you're aware everything can be done virtual. Oh, yeah, I know. You know, I'm just not ready right now. It's probably what they're going to say. Okay, completely get it. Hey, why don't we just do this? You know, I'm not going to ask you to go see a house tomorrow, but this is the biggest transaction of your life. And I want to make sure that you got the right person with the right strategy. So the next step in the process, right, is simply, and then you got to say simply, next step in the process is simply, we jump on a quick 15-minute virtual call. And then we can go ahead and meet face-to-face-ish. You can see our strategy, make sure it's the right one for you. And the coolest part about that is, hey, if there's a home that comes on the market that checks off all the boxes. The greatest part is we could go take a look at that for you and possibly negotiate an entire deal right from our living room. But that's obviously if you like our strategy. That's the first step, is make sure that it aligns with you. Does that sound fair? Does that sound fair? Does that help? Are these being recorded for later viewing? Yes, they are. Do you recommend leaving message? No, no, no. Definitely don't leave a message. Obviously, if this is somebody you know, you've already spoke to, different story. But this is a lead that you never talked to, do not leave a message. They will block your number. They will know that you're calling. That's why I tell everybody, change up your call times. Stop calling the same lead at the same time every single day, or even not every day. Even if you call like the lead at, let's just say 2 o'clock every other Monday, Wednesday, Friday, they will catch on to your pattern. So switch up your call times. Switch up your call days if you only call on certain days, which I recommend doing every day, especially this time. And then I would not leave a message. Now, if you were to leave a message, it's very urgent, and it's got to be, it's hard now, especially leaving a message, right? Because normally I would say, hey, you know, I 123 Main Street just came on the market. I know that's something that aligns perfect with your search. I do know the listing agent. It's not going to last long. So go ahead and give me a ring right back, and I can get you in to see the home. But right now, we can't say that because we can't show homes like that. So I don't want to even do it. Don't even do it. Here's the thing about messages, guys. When you leave somebody a message and that person does not know you, but they know what industry you're in, and they don't think your industry has value, what's going to happen? Right? What's going to happen? What's going to happen is this. They are not going to answer the phone. They are not going to try to reach back out to you. They don't think that you have value. And so they're not going to waste their time calling you. They're going to wait until the perfect opportunity comes when somebody calls them at the right time. So don't leave a message. Again, if you know them, follow it up, different story. I've been running into a lot of people that can't get pre-qualified. How often should you touch base with these people? So Holly, they can't get pre-qualified. Like they can't get pre-qualified, or they're not able to purchase a home. I just want to make sure that we're talking about the same thing. Like they're nowhere near qualified to get a home, or they're just not getting on the phone to get pre-qualified. Like you don't even know if they are or not. They have to go in credit repair. Okay, awesome. Are you helping them with the credit repair? Are you helping them with the credit repair? Then are you having a follow-up with the credit repair company if you have a good relationship with them, or a follow-up with the person that's going through credit repair to see if there's any other value you could bring to the table. See, the more you're involved in that, the more you stay front of mind. Now, Holly, if you're helping me get my credit back so I could buy a home, okay, what's going to happen is I'm going to be an evangelist for you because you're going to give me an opportunity that I did not have before. You're adding value. You're creating a solution to my true problem. And so when you do that, you will create evangelists that are walking around telling people about how great you are, and they probably aren't even buying a home yet, right? Like these people you're helping, if you're staying in true contact with them and build great relationships with them, they will refer people to you before they even buy a home. That's the way it should work. That's how you know you solve the true problem. Let's see. Caitlin says, I've listened to your trainings in the past. You're wonderful. But last time you said, absolutely no voicemails with people you've never spoken with. My broker is very adamant about leaving voicemails. What is the script for this? Well, okay. I don't want you to get in trouble with your broker. That's the first thing. You know, look, here's the thing. I don't know everything. I don't have all the answers. I'm the last person to say that. What I would like to do is I want to see the results, right? What's the results? I just want to see the difference of voicemails versus no voicemails. And everything I do, even with this script, right, we want to make sure, okay, let's try it with 30 to 60 days with this way and then this way. What works better? Where do we see results? So maybe if there's a voicemail that you guys are leaving that's seeing very good results, then I would say, if you're seeing that and you're having no issues with people calling you back at a very high level, then do that. But with the voicemails, what we've seen for the past 3 years is just like, it's not the best way to really break in and introduce yourself, because that's what you're doing, right? You're kind of introducing yourself in a way where they don't think you have value as it is, unfortunately, where they think real estate agents lie as far as on the respectful occupation poll. And so when you call and you leave voicemail, it's hard to build that value up. But once again, I am not telling you not to leave voicemails. I would say whatever your broker's doing, if he's paying or she's paying for the leads, we want to listen to that. But we also want to say, hey, okay, well, is there a better way? You know, a friend of mine and mentor of mine, Jay Kinder, some of you guys know, he always used to come to me and be like, all right, is there a better way? Is there a better way? Is there a better way? And even if it's a 2% better way, it's 2% better. 2% over a course of a year creates a lot of income, creates a lot of progress. Right? So I wouldn't leave voicemails. That's me. But if your broker wants you to, I just want to know why. And then understanding the results behind it. Let's see. Do you have your buyer sign a buyer agreement when you go on your first appointment? Oh yeah, for sure. Now Miranda, only 2% of agents get the buyer agreement signed. But yeah, absolutely get it signed. Why not? Right? Why not? And when you do your virtual appointments, guys, when you do your virtual appointments, you set it up like a 2-for-1. So what I mean by that is this. Hey, look, the greatest part about this virtual appointment, not only going to see our strategy, Miranda, but you're also going to meet our preferred lender, and he's going to be able, or she's going to be able to talk more numbers with you just to make sure that what you want is aligning with what you can get. And if not, we could help find the right program for you to go ahead and step into. Is that fair? Does that sound good? How does that sound? Right? So there's going to be no pressure. All it is just you guys introducing each other. And you're going to go ahead and have your lender jump on a few minutes after you. And then you could jump off. Your lender can go ahead and have the conversation and lock them in on whatever that looks like. If you're thinking of leaving voicemail, maybe CINC video might be better. Yeah, absolutely. So Lori says, if you're thinking about leaving a voicemail, maybe just do a video instead. I agree with that 100%. So let me tell you guys how I got a lot of big names in my podcast before my podcast was really out there and getting the big names attracted to me. Now I'm super grateful because I get a lot of big names that will reach out to me and be like, hey, I'd love to be on your show. You want to know how I did it prior? I would seriously go to the people that I know had value and I wanted my show. And I wouldn't call them and leave a message because it was hard to call them anyway. But I wouldn't even leave a voice memo to them. What I would do is I would get on camera and I'd do a quick 60-second video to them. And I got so many people to reach out to me and said, wow, that was so different. Thank you for going just a little bit of an extra mile. And instead of, going ahead and leave me a voice message, you actually got on camera. And I love your energy. I could see it. And it's way more powerful. So yes, let's do it. So I would slide into people's DMs and do a video text. I see a lot of people slide into my DMs for me to be on their show. And it's like a written text, or it's a canned video, or a voice memo. Now, look, these are all steps. So I applaud that. But it's like, is there a better way? Okay, let's just do a video intro. What, maybe takes an extra few minutes? But if it takes an extra few minutes and creates X, Y, and Z, then let's do it. Let's take the extra few minutes. So hopefully that helped. Would you share some of your best video intros? So it depends, Thomas, like on what it's for, right? Like really, really what it's for. And if you're just doing it to a random lead that you haven't gotten contact with, I like to have fun with it too. You got to show your personality through it. You have to. But if it's a new lead, you just send a quick video. Hey, this is John with the Home Search site. I know, hey, you're looking at some properties over in Dallas. Just curious, are you looking to make a move in the next 6 to 12 months? Or are you just browsing? Just let me know. Right? Like give them that opportunity to say just browsing. And then you just start creating a text chain and then get them on the phone. Another one is just having fun and caring too, right? Hey, John, I know that you've been in our system for a while and you're looking at homes. I just hope that you're staying safe and healthy. And we have a team of agents here that are helping people in the neighborhood. So if you need anything, please let me know. Just reach out and tell me how everything's going. I always, here's the thing, Thomas, anybody listening, I always want to do these things while I'm doing a video. I want to create energy. And however you do that, you could do it just through tonality, right? You could do it through like I do sometimes. You could do it through movement behind you. What I mean is you could do it through the background of a beach or background of a lake or some cool things behind you that creates energy. You could do it through music, which if you guys go to Audio Jungle is a free resource for music. You can find some really cheap ones on there too. Whenever you're doing video, guys, if you want to really draw into the emotion, you put music behind it. Now, you're not going to do that for a quick text message, but if you want, I'm talking about like video, you have to put music behind it. So energy will create engagement. It'll create something that feels contagious and they'll want to reach out to you. Okay. Next thing is you want to create urgency. So don't just reach out to them or reach out to them. You know, you guys probably have had that voicemails left, and you probably left them yourself. I have, where you say, hey, this is John, da-da-da, and you just basically say a statement, but you don't ask a sense of urgency or call to action question. So energy, urgency, call to action, and then lastly, be authentically you. And whatever level that is, be authentically you. And the more you do these videos, here's the kicker, the more you'll find out who you authentically are on video. Go back and look at my videos from 5 years ago. You could tell I was trying. Like now, I could tell. Back then, I thought I was like the best. Look, I'm like, man, I was trying to find myself. Like because I was trying to be something to everybody, and I lost, the most important thing, which is being something to myself. So it all depends on what kind of video you're talking about, Thomas. But if you're sending just the one-off videos, those things will help tremendously. If you're doing something on like a content you're trying to create to deliver to social media, use those plus music. What is the name of your podcast again? It's Power of Progression, Corey. Power of Progression. iTunes, YouTube, and Spotify. Your answer was right on the dot with the messages. Just see what method works for you. I started not leaving messages and it didn't work for me. I switched to message and got some answers. Awesome. Tell me, what message are you leaving? I love to hear results. What message are you leaving? What else we got here, guys? I got some questions over here. Wow. She writes what questions she's using. I'm going to stop the share. Okay. Let's see. Is your script online? Jackie, if you come to our Wednesday call, where I'm actually on video, we actually provide it prior as well as on there. And those Wednesday calls are going to be going to the end of the month, and then we'll switch it to every other week. I start crying after any call when they're so mean to me. Anonymous attendee. Where is the video text? Please show me. Anonymous attendee, I don't know your name, but if you reach out to your success partner, they will show you where the video text is. Or just reach out to trainings@cincpro.com. But anonymous attendee, I said I start crying after any call when they're so mean to me. I would love to get you on the call right now to talk to you, but I want to leave I only leave the next 10 minutes so I can role play with somebody. But you can't. This is it, man. You will face people who are going to be rude to you. You're going to face people who are going to be mean to you, but you got to go through them in order to find the people that you're truly going to change their life and add value to. Okay. So if you're not willing to go through the tears, right, then you're not going to be able to get to the glory that's behind there. But to be all completely honest with you, there's no reason to be affected by somebody else. Think about that. Because they're mean to you, what does that mean for you to you? This is a little method I use, and I want you to use it. And anybody listening. So I start crying. I would ask, why is that? Okay. So if you're being affected by something, you write, okay, why am I being affected? What emotions am I feeling? Why do I feel this way? Okay. If that happens, so what? Right? So what's going to happen next? Oh, they're mean to me. Okay. Then what? So why is that? So why am I feeling this way? like when it happens again, I'd ask, okay, then what? Well, then, I just don't feel good about myself. Okay, then what? Well, then I'm not going to pick up the phone and dial anymore. Okay, then what? Well, then I'm not going to be able to make the money I want. Okay, then what? Well, then I'm not going to be able to provide my kids a life that they want. And then what? Then we feel really bad about myself. Then what? And I get really down to the nitty gritty of like, you feel like, wow, that one little thing is affecting this huge thing I'm trying to accomplish. Don't let it happen again. Hopefully that helped. All right, move on to the next, lead and smile. That's right. Look, whenever someone's mean to you, don't take it personal, right? Just don't take it personal. Stand up, say next, and move on to the next person. Don't give them that power. Don't give them the power over your life. Yes, do not. Go for No, great book. Great book. Go for No is an awesome book if you guys have not read it. Good friend of mine, Andrea Walsh, wrote it. Her and her husband. Good stuff. All right, so I want to see, anybody want to role play? Put RP into the chat, and I'll have about 5 minutes to do a quick little intro role play, and then, because I want to make sure we give you guys some time, and I want to do some more role play on Wednesday, too, with you guys. So if you want to role play, put RP into the chat, but if not, we can go ahead and finish up here shortly. I want to go back to what we spoke about earlier, and so if we don't have anybody, I'll give this another 30 seconds. If you want to role play, put RP into the chat. It's a challenge now. If I see in notes, they told another teammate to F off, it's kind of a response I'm going to get. F off, what kind of response am I going to get? And look, they may say F off to you today, and they may tell you that they love you the next day. You don't know what you caught them in the middle of, right? Like, you don't know. It's how many times has somebody caught you in the wrong moment and you flipped out on them? You said something that you probably didn't want to say. It wasn't even meant towards them. It was what you were dealing with. We all have. It's called being a human. So you caught them at the bad time, right? That's it. Get to the next one. That's true. I had someone turn me down and they called me back to apologize. Yes. Oh, I heard a story the other day about something very similar. And they called him back and they apologized and they ended up working with each other, and he ended up being like a ginormous commission check. But he stood his ground, right? He was very, very nice and okay, totally get it. Hey, look, if you want some help and someone to add value to you and bring you through this process, I would love to help you. Give me a call back if that sounds good to you. And then boom, hung up. And about 15 minutes later, they called back and were very apologetic and just really, it's funny because sometimes when someone's really, really rude to you and you act in that kind of way of killing them with kindness type of thing, they realize, wow, wow. Some won't. They're like, yep, that's just who they are. Don't deal with it. Don't deal with it. Move on to the next one. All right. So no one wants a role play here. This is what we're going to do. Oh, wait, here we go. Message. Perfect. Thank you so much for putting that. So somebody had said before that they put a voicemail and it's actually been working for them. So awesome. Let's hear what it was. And she's going, it was given to her by a broker. Hey, name. It's agent name. I'm sorry I didn't call you sooner. I wanted to make certain you've been taken care of. Please call me back. I'll be in the office until blank. Okay. And I would, yeah. So that, if that works, like I see some things where like, I would be like, yeah, that could be a landmine. That could be a landmine. But hey, if it works, it works. She goes very energetic. Yeah, I didn't say it that energetic. Sorry. I was reading it. I said it very blah. So yeah. Hey, John, this is John. I'm sorry I didn't call you back sooner. I just wanted to make certain that you've been taken care of. So just give me a call back and I'll be in the office until about 2:30. That's that right there. I can hear it now. Isn't it funny how you say something really matters? How you say it with your tonality and your state, it makes so much of a difference, right? It's not always the words you say. It's how you say the words that you say. It's not always, write this down, it's not always the words you say. It's how you say the words that you say. It can go both ways. How many times you said something and your husband and your wife were like, wow, that was a pretty jerk off move. I can't believe you said that to me like that. And you're like, wait, I didn't mean anything by it. Like, I didn't mean anything by it. It's like, yeah, well, that's the way you said it. It's like, oh, So working on delivery. I've been working on delivery for years with my wife. I've been getting better, though. So I like that, though. I'll say it one more time so everybody hears it. So when she leaves a voicemail, it says, hey, Kevin, it's John. I'm sorry I didn't call you back sooner. I just wanted to make certain that you've been taken care of, so please give me a call back. I'll be in the office till 2:30 today. However tonality and inject you want. So let me look at that. So what I would do is, so it depends, right? So what it shows here is, I'm sorry I didn't call you back sooner. It's probably got to be a lead that's been in your system for a little bit longer. I want to be certain that you've been taken care of. I would challenge you with that line right there. I want to be certain you've been taken care of. I don't know what yet. Let me think on it. I feel like there's a bunch of thoughts going through my mind. I think that line right there could be better. It could be a higher sense of urgency and a higher value add. Drake says, thank you for your time and energy. My appreciation. And guys, if you need me, reach out. Like, obviously, reach out to me. John Marone on social media, on Facebook, on Instagram, @RealJohnMarone. Definitely reach out to me. So it's @RealJohnMarone. Somebody took the Real John Marone. @RealJohnMarone on Instagram, or just John Marone. Just reach out if you guys need anything. Like, we're all in this together. I saw a cool commercial the other day, and it says #alone together. And so I'm just here to serve you and hopefully provide the right tools and strategies for you guys. But yeah, so I would challenge you with making that line different. I like the whole thing now. I really do. But I'm sorry I didn't call you sooner. I like that. I could definitely ride with that. But I want to make certain you've been taken care of. That is the only place. It's hard because you don't know what they need, right? It's hard to add value to somebody that you don't know what their problem is. But I would just urge you, maybe change that up. You might get even more people to call you back. Hey, Marjorie, is there a better way? Right? Is there a better way? And then beta test it and let me know how it works, please. Mark says, thanks so much, John. I started my YouTube channel and podcast June 21st. So he starts on June 21st. Awesome. Wealth Walks with Magic Money Mark. I love it. Magic Money Mark. I hope I can have you on the show. Yes. I love that. Meets inner, outer wealth, engineering, crafting, and coding. Yeah, Mark, reach out to me, man. I would love to be able to add value to you in your network for sure. All right, guys. So Mark said he's going to hit the calls. Here's something else I do want to tell you about. These calls are great, right? You're energized. You got some nuggets. You got some new tips, some new tools. If you're not, after every single one of our conversion calls, either every other Monday or the Wednesdays, if you're not jumping on the phone after this, you're missing so much opportunity. The best time to call is after a role play session, is after an inspiration session. The best time to call is after something like this. This is such a platform, a trampoline, should you say, in order to get the results you want. So get your butts on the phone. And remember, start waking up every single day like it's a championship game, right? Every day. Someone says, how do I get role play every day? Well, you go ahead and onto our Facebook group and see who wants to go ahead and start a role play group. There's going to be a lot of people that want to. There's probably 100 and plus people on this call right now that are going to want to. But go into the Facebook group and say, hey, I want to start doing 15-minute role plays a day. And then you guys break up in pods. Our Facebook group, so on our CINC agents and our CINC masterminds. If you are not on either of those, go request Jane CINC. Jane CINC. JANECINC. Jane CINC. Do you use a hand dialer or do you dialer? Dialer all day long, Victor. Never, ever go back to hand dialing. Use the dialer. It's worth every penny you invest in it. If they tripled the price, it would be worth every penny. Promise you. And so, guys, I'm gonna leave you with this thought. We started today with talking about, are you waking up and proceeding through your day like it's a preseason game or if it's a championship game? Only you can answer that. The perfect plan has now went out the window, right? And remember, success happens outside of that perfect plan. So wake up every day with meaning to create motivation like it's the championship game. And lastly, what if you needed this? What if you needed this? Thinking that now that you know you probably needed this, how are you going to use this? How are you going to use this? And lastly, persistence isn't just important. It's not just an ingredient. Persistence in life, persistence in sales, persistence in general is everything. So guys, go crush it. Reach out to me if you need anything. Once again, John Marone. Find me on all social media platforms. But if you need me for anything, reach out. I would love to be able to connect and help you guys on whatever it is. If you guys got value, let me know. I love seeing the value. And hey, if you guys want to tell me what your biggest takeaway was as well, put it in there. We got another 60 seconds or 90 seconds. What was your biggest takeaway today? I'd like to see what clicked, what clicked today. Deborah says, how do I reach out to you? Just John Marone, and then message me on Instagram at Real John Marone, or Facebook, or john.marone@cincpro.com. Be committed to the journey. That's right. Yes. Mindset will overcome skill set. Absolutely. What else we got? Last call for takeaways. Put them in there. Let's grow, baby. Let's grow. What was the Facebook page name? Victor, if you go and request Jane CINC, and she'll put you into the right group. All right, guys, I appreciate you all. You guys are amazing. Please make sure you guys keep connecting and creating during this time. You're going to want this time back when the floodgates open. So connect, create, and go ahead and crush it. Talk to you guys soon.